is a very interesting sport, and the science and it works very well with technology part. It's a fun sport to land in community parks, sports parks, tourist attractions, special towns, and all the places suitable for this equipment. And it can be organized through big data analysis, data collection, sports assessment, sports advice. This is a former China Sports Bureau director of the physical fitness training system High Praise. Now, we have an absolutely authoritative expert to give you a comprehensive introduction to the obstacle running fitness training system. He is the American Academy of Human Kinematics and Sports Academician. He is the R&D originator about development of this obstacle running fitness training system, actually when the First World War already used. It was a French officer who found that in order to prepare soldiers to fight, they were trained to use the obstacles they might often see on the battlefield to design them. No simple strength training, running, but how to get over this obstacle. By the time of World War II, an American officer had invented a very systematic training method to prepare the soldier to become familiar with the situation on the battlefield. So far, the U.S. Military Academy at West Point has a set of its own obstacles to run. Interview with Academician Zhu. Well, in abroad, such kind of obstacle running, muddy running, and CrossFit has suddenly become fashionable recently. In weekend, we set up a venue temporarily and walk through the obstacles of different mods. It has become popular, but it's not yet been regarded as a development of youth. It should be said that in fact foreign countries, such as the Boy Scouts in the United States, it has become simple games, like taking a ride in the backyard at home or simply taking a barrier in the park. But it has not become a product with standardization and computerized. This is what Wande should do. The only company in the world is doing this. Academician Zhu believes that from a global perspective, the physical fitness of adolescents declines and the obesity rate of children increases significantly. According to foreign statistical predictions, due to childhood obesity, this generation is likely to become the first generation in human history in the world whose span is shorter than that of his parents. Another obvious downward trend is aerobic capacity. What kind of trend? Over the past 4 years, there has been a 5% decline. Today's children are 1.5 minutes slower than a child 30 years ago. From the history of human evolution is a terrible rate of decline, which brought us that the traditional adult diseases such as diabetes and metabolic syndrome have been seen on children. Therefore, improving children's physical health is a great concern to everyone in the world. Interview with Academician Zhu. Both in domestic and abroad, children's physical health has attached a great importance. There are various sports and exams. China's high school entrance examination and national physical exercise standards. The measurement of fitness in foreign countries is called fitness gram. But at present, these determinations have a relatively big shortcoming called dullness. For your aerobatic capacity, boys run 1,000 meters in the country and girls run 800 meters. The school wants them to run, but they're not interested. In order to prepare for the long jump in the high school entrance examination, the kid's knees and bones all hurt. He doesn't know why he is running. And it's not fun, right? So this makes us think of the obstacle race project. The original intention of this project design is to fundamentally solve the current situation of young people lacking physical exercise, so the children are more interested in participating in sports. In order to respond to the national requirements for youth quality education, transform boring physical training into interest training, and cultivate the habits of autonomous sports from an early age. Nanjing Wande Group aims at the physiological characteristics of young people and combines decades of industry operation experience. Under the guidance of innovatively developed obstacle training fitness training system. For obstacle fitness training system, Academician Zhu Weimo also introduced several major features to us. Interview with Academician Zhu. The first is to have fun The child is very interesting. He ran again and again after going up. What we do in this place is different from the current foreign countries or our characteristics. The first one of us in the whole design is to take into account the fitness of foreign countries, which is combined with the domestic high school entrance examination and the domestic national physical exercise standards. Some items are connected to it, which means that after the child has played, he can know that I can achieve the standard naturally. This is a certain motivation for schools and parents. The second is high technology. All children wear a heart rate ring watch when they practice, so the teacher can know all their heart rates with an iPad. In addition, we added a timing section between one obstacle and another. In the future, I can clearly know how much time you have spent on this obstacle, which is to say, as a diagnosis. After running, I can know what your total score is. More importantly, if you have insufficient strength, insufficient upper limb strength, insufficient aerobic capacity, insufficient balance, and insufficient core strength, we can give you intervention in sports. Another point is that we have also considered in design, for example, in combination with the current school curriculum. Teachers can practice one in the first week and add another obstacle in the second week. So our course setting is also prepared accordingly. As a sports teacher, he can easily teach this obstacle. Another very important thing is that it is actually combined with national defense education and knowledge. The main obstacle was used in a certain war before. In this case, it is very important for the child to learn history and to understand the knowledge related to national defense. Interview with academician Zhu. Of course, there is another very important aspect in our design, which is now the absolute standard. Most of the domestic health standards used above are relative standards. For example, I am a 9-year-old boy. Compared with 9 years old, I am above average or below average. However, this evaluation method has a great risk. If the entire population is unhealthy, what is the meaning of the average standard? Even if I want to be higher than the average, it is still meaningless. Maybe I'm obese. So a very important one is the absolute standard. There are a lot of literatures about absolute standard. Most importantly, a boy's aerobic capacity. What is the minimum aerobic capacity at the age of 10? This is the basis of a lot of scientific research abroad. We began to add an absolute standard on this. This work, it should be said that it's also being established. Interview with academician Zhu. This is also a coincidence that I met President Wu occasionally at an exhibition. After talking with, I feel that he is the first one who is more open and has a good understanding of foreign trends and needs. I think his group is also a Chinese company that is considering going global. Then the other one is that is very receptive to this new idea and is very concerned about the health of Chinese teenagers. After I told him the idea, he immediately said that it was a good thing. More importantly, President Wu has strong execution ability. With engineers and factories' cooperation, we formed a software team. In fact, we have now reached the 3rd edition. It should have been exhibited in the United States last year and has been well received by American colleagues. He has also exhibited twice at the Shanghai Sports Expo in China and has also attracted the attention of leaders and colleagues in China. Whether in the industry or among the majority of users, the obstacle race fitness training system created by Wande Group has set off a storm. In the future, the obstacle race fitness training system has a long-term goal.